Thank you. As I go around Arkansas, the number one thing that I hear is inflation. This is why it's not magic. This is why President Biden in the latest polling is at 38%. If you poll him on how he's handling inflation, it's much, much, much lower than that. It's not just about gasoline. Certainly if you take it $20, $30, we're all two-wage earner families or individuals, but you take $20, $30 out of each one's pocket each week at least, you wind up with people just not having any disposable income left. So it's a huge problem in that regard, but it's not just gasoline. People have the ability to somewhat back off on that. In Arkansas, we do a tremendous amount of driving, like Shelley was talking about in West Virginia. So maybe you don't drive quite as much. Diesel is $2 a gallon more expensive than it was a year ago. There's no way to get out from underneath that. Every product, my suit, this dais, everything in this room was either trucked in or railed in or whatever. And so as a result, those prices aren't going to go down. They're feeding the fuel. And so again, it's not just the cost of gasoline in your tank. It's your food, which depends on fertilizer, depending on natural gas. It is your electricity, which is probably $50 or $60 more higher this month than it was a year ago. The list goes on and on. I'm particularly worried about the Northeast with heating oil. There'll be people that are colder this winter simply because we're going to have a significant increase. Nobody's talking about this, but come wintertime, we'll have a significant increase compared to what we have now. So these are serious things that we need to consider. Rarely do you have a problem that the answer is staring you in the face, and that's really what we've been talking about. The reality is a good part of that. We really do need to consider making it much easier to lease, to go forward with oil exploration, and then again allow the pipelines that deliver that oil in a very environmentally sensitive way to be built and used. What we don't need is talking to Venezuela, talking to Iran, where certainly sending those dollars to those countries from the wealth of the United States makes no sense at all. But also, if you really are concerned about the environment, there's no way that the Venezuelans, that the Iranians are going to produce it in the environmentally sensitive way that we do in the United States.